everyone. We're group 2. My group members are myself, Shritashwini Rao, Madhura Rumle, Garima Bhatia, Sanchita Kadam and Simon Deshpande. So basically, first and foremost, I'll give you the project summary, what we were asked to do. To create a 360-degree campaign to make the non-goers of the church attend church on a regular basis, to participate in the activities of church such as mass, services, etc. And to basically reinstore the faith of the people who basically, had complete faith in the church and lost their faith in between or something like that. To reinstall that faith. So the target audience from this campaign is to push non-goers of the church to attend church activities, people who have lost their faith in church, as I said, and instill their faith in the church again. So the key message that we have in the campaign is visit the God who made your God, and the underlining theme that you'll be observing in our advertisements is He's your nurturer, idol, friend, and a lot more. Basically, when we look up to God, we think of Him in all these variations. That is, He's our nurturer, He's our idol, He's our friend. But more than that, there are not a few set of adjectives that can describe God clearly. So there's a lot that goes to Him. So for the campaign, we don't have a logo as such because we want the face of God to be associated with the campaign. So hence we didn't make a logo since we don't want to commercialize it, and also we're not associated with one church in particular and the entire Catholic community. So the communication strategy is basically to grab the attention of the people. Hence there will be out-of-home advertising and print media in the beginning, followed by TVC, radio and internet. Then comes the PR activities, and then we have recall initiatives in which we've used innovative media, and then there is merchandising. So the project timeline and the message tone. And it'll be a 6-month-long campaign wherein we'll be beginning with out-of-home ads and print ads, followed by television and radio, then the PR activities, then to recall, for people who at the fag end of the campaign, and then at the very end will be the merchandising. And the desired message tone that we've used in the campaign is the emotional appeal, because of course you're talking about God. There's a spiritual and emotional connect that you have with Him. The budget that we anticipate for the entire campaign, since it's a 6-month-long campaign, is 2 crores Indian national rupees. Now we move on to TVC, which will be explained by Sanchita.
Okay. The TVC goes as in, just imagine there's a door, okay, and the playroom of a child, and it's written Kevin's room on it, okay. So that's how you come to know the kid's name is Kevin. There'll be a song playing in the background, which I'll tell you after the TVC. So Kevin, as a toddler playing with his ball, he goes to catch his ball, he falls and begins to cry. Then he's in the school, he's being bullied by his classmates. Then as a 15-year-old, he's seen crying over his mother's grave. Then in the next scene, he is an outcast among his own peers as he does not drink or smoke. He's seen as a man getting married to the love of his life, very happy. Then he's seen rejoicing with his baby's birth. Then later on in his life, he fails in his business for some reason or the other. And then Kevin celebrating his 25th wedding anniversary when he's 50. And then in the next scene, we show him as a 70-year-old man entering the church with a walking stick. And to his left will be him, the image of him at all his ages that we have shown in the TVC consecutively. So it will be all in one line, entering the church. And then we show that as he's entered the church at all his ages, standing in one line, he has a divine intervention, believing that whatever he is today, like at 70, he is a man today because God has been grateful to him. And we've shown the tragedies in life because we don't want to show that God only bestows, joy on you. He also gives you sorrow, but also gives you joy at the same time. So he balances it out, and so he enters the home of his nurturer, friend, idol, and a lot more towards the end. This is a song that we made that will be played in the background. I gave you life, brought you to the world. At a bend on the road, I made you swerve. For every tear that you shed, a spoonful of joy I fed. For every loved one who went away, a new person was at bay. For every failure in your way, I made some longer days. For each moment you rejoiced, a thankful prayer you voiced. I created you, gave you both joys and sorrows. You thanked me and asked for help. I'll guide you to a brighter tomorrow. I will always be here for you, somewhere at the church near you. So our next is radio ads. We're not having radio ads. We're going to have mentions by popular artists, as you know, Jituraj and Malashka on Red FM and Radio Mirchi. we're just going to have mentions by them talking about fun choir activities, so that people are attracted towards the church, and they want to be a part of it. And church services in Mount Mary, and you have Bandra Fair and Portuguese church and all those things. So these will be mentioned during the prime time, and that's their slot. PR activities.
The PR activities that we are going to have during the campaign is a little similar to the one that we previously had, the group 1 said. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to have a choir, like the choir that sings at the church. We're going to have them performing at schools, colleges and malls. Basically, like they get into a flash mob, do their dancing thing, and then all of them together sing one of their choir hymns, basically highlighting the fact that how fun church can be. Basically, people of our age do not want to go to the church because they don't want to attend the masses. They want to, like on a Sunday morning, they want to be sleeping. So we want to let them know how fun going to a church can be. So once you see the flash mob, you see them singing, this is exactly what you want to be doing in your free time. Then we'll also be having street plays. In the street plays, we're going to highlight the tragic aspects of life, like how tragedy occurs to people, and there is nothing much that when you feel like you're completely broken and you have nothing to look forward in your life, that's when you go to the church. So we'll be highlighting that aspect of the church, like when you feel low, when you feel happy, whatever it is that you feel, you go to the, when you see the street play, that'll be the entire message. Like no matter what is happening in your life, you can always go to church to feel at peace. Then there will be events by Kailash Khair, Colonial Cousins at various churches. Basically, we want to keep these events at churches only, like the backyard of the church. Have a concert wherein by that will be a major crowd puller. Then after their set of performances, we ask the pastor or the father of the church to go and talk to the masses. And since there will be already a crowd, no one will be leaving. So tell them, explain your message to them, and why it's important to go to the church. Highlight that aspect. Now we move on to the advertisement.
Our out of home is, we start off with the out of home for our campaign. Basically, we show a guy at different having a friend, his idol and his nurturer with him, as well as his counterpart, his sister. That God is also your nurturer. He's your friend. He's your idol. He means a lot more. He protects you. He's your savior. He plays different roles in your life, just as the way people around you play them. Print ads are a series. We start them off with Visit the God Who Made Your God. When someone is at a point in life, they idolize someone or the other. For example, Sachin Tendulkar at a point idolized Don Bradman. Now people idolize Sachin Tendulkar, and we always see Sachin raising his bat up towards the heavens whenever he scores a century. So basically, it's like you look up to him for inspiration. Your own God looks up to the real God above him for inspiration. Someone who's fond of dancing, his inspiration is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson gets his inspiration or his strength from the Lord. Here we are not popularizing mafia culture. Here we basically mean the spirit of Don Corleone. You look up to him for inspiration, you look up to him for counsel, you look up to him for guidance. You want your life to be the way he made his life, from nothing to something, and that's how you have Visit the God Who Made Your God. Please, this is not to offend any religious sentiments. A dog is known as a man's best friend. Little do we realize the dog and God are anagrams of each other. They are one word in different formats. Just as your best friend stays by you, so does the Lord. Again, Visit the God Who Made Your Dog your best friend. Then internet advertising, here it's the fan page or the page of God, where you have him as a normal personal person with his hobbies, with his mission about him, and he answers your queries. Here you put up a query to him and it's answered by him. It's just all the churches coming together, probably psychologists from the church and the pastors answer the queries that we put up to them.
And the queries that are put up by people, the answers of those are inboxed to them, since you don't want a public platform addressing your grievances. Although this is for people who have lost complete hope in life and are not looking forward to anything. So basically this page is created for them so that they go and vent out their grievances. Innovative media would be the second portion. Here it's
these are street lights. Basically, they are arrowheads or directions on the street lights on probably a late night when there's not, they glow. So, and they have directions where just in case you slipped your mind in the church, it slipped your mind, the church is just right across the road. Visit the God who made your God, and you just put the message there. You're just going by and you put your message. This is our innovative again. You have a phone which says that God's calling you. It's time you made a visit to Him. You didn't decline His offer. He's there for you. He's always been there for you. He's calling you just to visit His home. His home is church. It's like you go to a friend's house, you talk, chit chat, vent out your frustration, you come back relaxed, happy. So He's telling you come home, and you either answer or decline.
This will be put right across the churches, like on the street paths that are opposite to church, and the earlier one that will be on the roads that lead to churches, so that the arrows are put that way and people are directed. In case even if you don't want to go, there'll be like a reminder.
This is another innovative. This we put only on people's houses who want to give them. It's a voluntary thing where when you enter your home, you feel at peace after a hard day's work. So when you enter the church, you'll feel at peace after the trials and tribulations of the daily life. Visit the God who made your God. Okay.
It'll be like a reminder every day when you enter your house, like a subtle reminder.
Merchandising is for t-shirts. This they'll probably give out when they're having flash mobs or at the concert. He who kneels before God can stand before anyone because He's a nurturer, I will say. We always need a support system in life. Apart from the people around us, the Almighty is just one. Thank you, and it's time to visit your God.